You know, if any other Gulf state that isn't with them, they're going to take them out. I mean, they're going to do whatever they can, hit civilian targets. It doesn't matter, and that's just a it's not smart thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you look at the situation, and you know that they're going to retaliate, but where and how, and how much do they have left, given the attacks that they've already endured?
You don't do it against your neighbors. With us now is Senate Chairman for the National Iranian Congress, Amir Fakhrāvar, and retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Darren Gaub. Thank you both for being with us. Amir, let me start with you, because now we've taken the military action. Khamenei and the senior leadership, I believe the head of the Revolutionary Guard and others, are dead. What can the people do to take control, to take power, so that there is a transition to a normal government instead of the rest of the Revolutionary Guard trying to go in there and grab power in this vacuum?
Thank you for having me. I know what the people are doing right now in Iran. They are celebrating all over the country. The videos, hundreds of thousands of videos you can see. You know, immediately after the attack, the internet blackout happened and phone blackout happened. And right now, it's total disconnection with inside the country, because the regime doesn't want people to send the videos out, but the people are sending, and we can see how they are celebrating all over the country. They are very happy. Although just 5 minutes ago, Iranian official news agency said, "Oh, Khamenei is not dead. People don't worry." The people are not worried. The people are celebrating. And you know, regarding the next step, we, the Iranian opposition, we need United States help and support. Like what? President Trump, amazing president who could just get rid of Maduro, could get rid of Khamenei. He can call for entire Iranian opposition. President Trump's administration should do that. Entire Iranian opposition leaders to come together to sign something like, we need something like American founding fathers came together to sign the Declaration of Independence and then go to have the Constitution. This is the 250th anniversary of this amazing country, and it's the 120th anniversary of Iranian constitutional revolution. We need a new constitution in Iran. We need to follow the footprint of American founding fathers for the next step. We don't need definitely another dictatorship. And this is the thing we are looking for. Oh, this photo, definitely we don't need that one.
Good point. Colonel, I want to go back to you on the report there from Zach Anders about the Dubai airport being hit. What concerns you in the coming days about retaliatory attacks?
Well, you know, the biggest concern would be if something actually gets through and does something that is very unfortunate and kills somebody, regardless of what nation they're from. Of course, we certainly don't want American casualties, but that would be too narrowly focused. I think we really need to make sure that that what is left of Iran's leadership, maybe they're going to expend everything they have, but make sure they don't get anything through the missile shields and all the defenses into these nations, because we just simply don't need to make this get any bigger. Iran's already done a very good job of making sure that all these other nations, that even if they were sitting on the fence, they are not sitting on the fence now that they've been attacked just as badly as Israel itself. So, but outside of that, I would say my second big concern would actually be the people of Iran, whether or not they are going to move from celebrating into an environment where there's a power vacuum. Now you end up having the natural struggle that comes from a power vacuum, and trying to prevent something from descending into a potential civil war or some other sort of factional fighting that seems to happen when there is that vacuum of power in any nation. It doesn't matter where it is. Right. If we can avoid that, I would say that we're a long ways towards that success. If they focus on rebuilding their nation and their government to be successful, I think that would be wonderful.
Yeah, we tend to look at especially at Middle Eastern countries, and assume that there's going to be a similar view of how things, naturally will progress, what's logical. And I got to tell you, a huge U.S. military buildup and presence, and you still dig in your heels and say, we're not moving, we're not budging on our demands. That's not logical. I don't think that the Revolutionary Guard is going to go quietly, whatever is left of it. Right. Amir, the other thing is, America has not had great success with trying to anoint people as new leaders of countries. It's got to come from within, as Colonel Gaub was saying. How do you find the leader in Iran who can rise up, who can galvanize the people?
Let me be a little disagree with you because I'm teaching constitutional law. When I was looking at my book, the new book, the Spirit of the Constitutional Law, the first chapter, I'm talking about the post-war Japan. When General Douglas MacArthur, a visionary general, drafted the constitution for Japan, it was based on United States Constitution. And MacArthur forced Japanese to have that constitution. And that constitution is still Japan's constitution, the longest standing constitution without any single amendment. And it worked. Japan came up from a destroyed nation by the nuclear bomb to the greatest ally of United States and part of G7. And in Iraq and Afghanistan, United States have done a great job to get rid of dictator from the power, Saddam, and get rid of terrorist group Al-Qaeda from Afghanistan. But then State Department made a mistake to go and sign contract with Harvard Law School professors, the far left professors, who came up to ask Iranian regime to help them to draft constitution for Iraq and Afghanistan. At that point, they failed. You know, the regime, the nation building and regime change are not the bad words. Right now, we are facing regime change in Iran. We are facing regime change in Venezuela. But it's no casualty for the Americans. It's no casualty for Israelis. It's great. It's great. And no casualties for Iranian people too. We love it. But at this point, we should just follow the footprint of great General Douglas MacArthur and have the constitution based on United States Constitution. We should not be ashamed of it. Iranian people, we love America. We love President Trump. And this is the way to go for it and have the constitution and force the people to accept it. And the people will accept it even without force.
Amir Fakhravar and Lieutenant Colonel Darren Gaub, thank you very much. Wow, I just learned something. I need to take your class. I did.